Alright, and welcome back to AZW Wrestling. AZW eFed Pro Wrestling Action. This is the Velocity Lightweight Division. This is a title match. Motherfucker Mike of Cinemassacre taking on, or being challenged by Pewdiepie, YouTube Let's Player. Probably the only time you're ever going to get to see Motherfucker Mike and Pewdiepie actually going head to head on anything. So this ought to be interesting, amusing, if nothing else. Ooh. And Motherfucker Mike letting Pewdiepie in on the fact that gravity is a bitch. So, yes, lightweight, velocity, lightweight division. That means high speed, lots of high flying, high impacts from body shots, using their entire bodies as weapons, essentially. Ooh, Mike going for something, but Pewd's just throwing him down. Hits drop kick, up pretty quick, monkey flip, sends him flying. Like I said, a lot of speed, a lot of action. And Mike decides to pick just that moment to slow things down with a bit of a back scraper. Irish whip reversal. A little bit of stuttering on the camera work there. So, Pewd's finally getting himself another title shot here. One of the very first YouTube matches we had for AZW was a three-way dance. Pewdiepie, Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye taking on each other. And gravity's a bitch right there. Yeah, once again, for those three taking each other on for a title shot at the, what was then just the lightweight title. Well, light heavyweight title, whatever. I've never liked that term. It makes no damn sense. Lightweight. Nothing wrong with calling somebody a lightweight. That's what they are. Velocity lightweight division sounds just fine to me. Anyway, Pewds won the match, got a title shot at the then champion Yuria. Did not win the title. 1, 2. Was in another match, I believe it was a four-way dance, and it was Pewdiepie, Yuria, Speedy, and Motherfucker Mike for the championship. And Pewdiepie was the first eliminated in that match. Four-way elimination. Havoc match is what we call it here in AZW. And since then, he's just kind of been on the back burner. Managed to get a title shot with his partner, The Fringe, the Swedish Flyboys. Went up against the new champs, Mark and Jack. Did not succeed in that bid to move into wearing the gold in the tag team division. So he's managed to get himself another title shot here, so we're going to have to see if he can capitalize on the opportunity. A little bit of leapfrog and very nice moonsault. Catches Pewds, knocks him down. But Mike takes a backbreaker. It's not something you want to have too much happen of when you're a high flyer, since so much of your offense is going to be coming from the torso. If you're hitting a moonsault, you're coming down on your torso. If you, a whole lot of the offense and, even defense, like right there, in order to pull a flip off like that, you need your abdominal muscles in good working order. So focusing on the abdominals is almost as good, I'd say, as focusing on the gut. And both of them seem to be kind of focusing on the abdomen. Oh, the sleeper hold there. Mike does kind of like to use the sleeper as a wear down tool. It's, a move to use to wear the other guy down some. His finisher, the Ultimate Triforce, I believe is what he calls it. And it is a suplex into a pile driver, as I recall. He's a champ. He doesn't have to have matches with people as often, but Velocity division generally is one of the ones that tends to get defended quite often, especially in just regular matches, not always on pay-per-view type situation. Well, we don't do pay-per-views yet, so big cards. Ooh, another scrape of the back. That's gonna take a toll over time. Just even through a shirt, that's just gonna, you know, make little abrasions that are just gonna start stinging with the sweat getting into them. It doesn't feel good. You ever had just a little scrape on your skin and had sweat get into it, you know how that feels. Or fuck all forbid, a cut and get like pickle juice or something like that on it. Ah. Ouchie, 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 ouchie. Oh yeah, that was always fun, working in a restaurant. Working in the dish pit, washing dishes, get a little cut on your finger, then accidentally get some pickles or something on you from like a hamburger plate or something, because all that salt and vinegar, ow. Enough of that shit, I don't want to think about it, that hurts. Stings like a son of a bitch. And that's kind of what happens when you have little abrasions and you're in the middle of something like a pro wrestling match and you get in sweat in those abrasions. It does not feel good. There's a chop down there. Pewds gets the better of that exchange, definitely, but takes a big side kick. Spinning side kick there. Arm drag, steamboat style arm drag. Clubbing blow connects, sends Mike to the apron, and he decides to do a little taunting and leapfrog the ropes. Arm wringer, Pewds is going to roll through, arm drag, sends Mike flying, and gets up. Does not hit anything but air with that kick. Pewds pretty well out of position, must have been expecting him to move forward. That kick connects, knocks him right down. Pewds' return does not connect. Clubbing blow connects, attempts at grapples, hits the punch again. And Mike hits that single leg drop kick again. Another backbreaker. Not a whole lot of high flying going on, but they are definitely laying into each other. Of course, here at AZW, we prefer to keep the spot fest matches to a minimum. It's not that we don't like high flying, it's just that we like it to make sense. And guys flipping around doing 30 high flying moves in one match doesn't really make all that much sense. Pewds grabs, gets behind, and belly to back suplex. Takes Mike over. A little bit slow getting up there. Pewds might be getting the upper hand in this. Oh, Mike catches the foot, drags him over with a posting leg whip. Gets a hold of him, chop down. Pewds getting back up. Neither one willing to give an inch in this match so far. Who can blame him? High profile, title, on the line. Everything to fight for. Mike's had a couple of successful defenses, so he would, if he were to lose, he would probably be granted a nice fake out right down here in front of the announcer's table, here right in front of me. Pewds just got nailed there. Probably wasn't sure what the hell to do. Mike's pretty shifty with that when he pulls that move out of his hat. Oh, that just gets a bit of a return on that receipt there. Trying to knock Pewds down off the apron. does not connect. Pewds takes the opportunity of Mike being out of position to nail him in the, looked like the side of the head or the back of the head with a drop kick. Springboard drop kick. Irish whip was reversed. Mike in the corner. Pewds not able to capitalize. Double arm suplex. Well, double underhook suplex. Arm ringer. This time he connects with the elbow. Pewds doesn't counter, but does hit the side kick. Another chop down. Pewds getting back up. Still, both of them still pretty fresh here. It looks like Mike might be showing some signs of fatigue, but does not connect with the kick. Just kind of glaring at each other there. Irish whip is reversed. Hits the drop kick. Mike back up. Pewds laying in some kicks. Oh, but takes the big uppercut. And Mike, knee to the knee. The big video game Shao Ryu Kin. Uppercut. Pewds Irish whips Mike into the corner. Not able to capitalize again. Mike gets a hold of him, gets behind. Sleeper. Pewds breaks it pretty quickly. Hits the drop kick. Shoots in. Mike tries to hit him with a kick. Pewds swings around behind him. Mike swings around, gets in with a kick. Trying to lay in with some punches, not really connecting solidly. Snapmare take over. Pewds gets behind, and belly back suplex. Side suplex. Grapple attempt fails. Gets a hold of him that time after taking a forearm. Good old-fashioned body slam. Pewds gets a hold of him, gets behind. Mike flips out of it. Kick's not really connecting. Mike gets around behind, swings him around. Irish whip. And pushes him up in the air, and gravity is a bitch. Once again. Drop kick sends Mike all the way to the apron and then all the way to the floor. Oh, and Pewdiepie goes for a big high flying move, and Mike was not in position. Pewds just belly flopped onto the floor. Ouchie. Managing to force himself to keep going, though. He's not going to let that keep him down for long. Oh, and goes for a slingshot leg drop, and again, Mike manages to roll out of position just in the nick of time. Pewds does not connect. Couple of big high-flying attempts there. Trying to really put the champion down. Neither one able to capitalize on that exchange. Pewds, they're just kind of exchanging blows here. Big single leg drop kick connects, takes Pewds down, but he's back up. And hits a pile driver. Mike pops back up. Two tough guys, not willing to give an inch. This is too high profile a situation for either one of them to, to not push themselves to the absolute maximum here. Lots of counters, lots of high impact moves, neither one willing to stay down, risk getting pinned. They don't even want to stay down long enough for a 1 count here. They're not staying down at all. Drop toe hold, Irish whip reversed, connects with a side kick, the flipping side kick there. Trying to lay in with some strikes, not really hitting very well. Flips out of the German attempt probably. Or suplex attempt. Pewds finally managing to connect and hits arm drag takeover. Steamboat style arm drag. Mike going for the arm ringer again and hits the elbow on it. Oh, looks like he's calling for a finisher here. Gets a hold of him and big DDT. That doesn't even get a 1 count. Pewds is feeling that adrenaline rush. He is definitely fired up here. He is not willing to stay down for anything so far. It looks like Mike is really going to have to just beat every last ounce of fight Pewds has in him out before he'll stay down. That time Pewds connects with the slingshot. Looked like he hit him more with his knees than his body. Mike not willing to stay down either. Springs, leapfrogs over the ropes there. Pewds going for that big body check. Does not hit it. Mike manages to get the hell out of the way. Mike laying in some knees there. Pewds showing some signs of fatigue finally. Stayed down a bit longer to that than he has in the past to other moves. Body slam, Mike pops back up. Pewdiepie trying to lay some strikes, gets caught with a kick again. Pewds fails to connect with the counter side kick. Neither one of them able to really connect solidly. Right here, Mike catches him, goes behind. Oh, sleeper. And he manages to keep Pewds locked in that for just a bit. Catch of the foot and takes him over. Pewds in trouble here. Starting to slow down, show signs of fatigue. Mike's offense has managed to start cracking the shield. Catches him with an arm wringer, takes him down, but Mike's popping back up. He's still got a lot more fight left in him. Pewds takes the big belly to back suplex. Slower getting up here, and definitely slowing down, taking him longer to get up. Mike's still fresher, I should say. Oh, and a little bit of a cheeky taunt there. Like, oh, please don't hurt me. That's may not be the best thing to do there. Piss a guy off when you're winning. And there's the, oh, and calling for the finisher again. Are we going to spin him around and hit him with the big finish? No. This is kind of disrespectful. This is kind of a backup finisher he uses occasionally. One, two, only 2 count. I would say that's not a wise thing to do. You know, his big finisher is the one from the front. That big suplex into the spike pile driver. Hits the uppercut. Tries to get a hold of him with something, but Pewds staying out of the way. Pewds holding his head. Now, I'm not saying that DDT is not an effective move. Oh. Rolls up. 1, 2. Oh, only 2 count. But, now Pewds is showing a lot of stamina, a lot of staying power in this match. You don't want to underestimate him. You got him in the position to use, you know, one of your favored moves for finishing a match, a finisher, as they're commonly called. One of your big moves. You definitely know that it can end a match, but then you're going to use, like, a fallback, you know, or one that you normally don't use a whole lot. Not sure if he really connected with that, but, you know, I'm not sure if Mike just feels like he doesn't need to use the big finisher, or if he really is trying to be, you know, trying to send a message to Pewds that I don't have to use that, my big ultimate Triforce finisher move on you to finish you off. I don't need it for you. I don't know what's going on there. That's very disrespectful, I'd say. Now, looks like Pewds has managed to make enough of a comeback here. He's starting to break through Mike's armor just a little bit. Looks like Mike is going to go for something here. And just a little bit of a fake out. Goes into the ring. Oh, big running power bomb, but into the ropes. Still, that is going to take a major toll on that already wounded head and neck of Pewds. And it just did the arm drag. Mike popping back up. So, Pewd's definitely in trouble here. Mike not in position. Oh! Pewds just made himself an opening there. He just connected with that diving clothesline and sent Mike all the way to the outside, just sent him flying.
7.
Mike not out of this by any stretch of the imagination, but that could have been the opening that Pewds desperately needed. Coming back inside. Oh, but gets caught with that big uppercut again. Does not hit the drop kick. Clubbing low. Gets nailed with that side drop kick again and a drop kick. Looked like he may have been just a glancing blow to the abdomen rather than a full-on connect. Pewds throws him to the outside. Trying to create some distance, no doubt. A little bit of a taunt there. Mike jumps back in and gets him up for the double underhook suplex. And definitely does not think much of Pewds, it looks like. Looks like motherfucker Mike does not think very highly of Pewdiepie. Because that certainly looked to me like a "so what's the big deal here" sort of thing. Pewds knocking him back into the turnbuckle. Not able to capitalize though. Manages to drop him down with a clubbing blow to the elbow. Another backbreaker. He has been able to mount some offense here. He's managed to break that chain of offense that Mike put together on him, but has not really been able to capitalize very well. Mike getting a hold of him. Gets thrown back down. Pewdiepie signaling for something. Looked like he might be trying to go for a move here. Gets a hold of him. And up and down. Boom. Let me look at my notes here, because only 2 count. I wasn't expecting it to finish though, folks. Mike's still pretty has still been pretty solid so far. So let me find my notes here. I'm trying to remember what Pewds calls that move. Pewdiepie. Yeah, Pewdiepie. Oh, Mike hits the big moonsault there. It's like more of a headbutt than a moonsault. Moonsault headbutt. Oh, and just uppercuts him straight down off the apron. Goes. Oh, but Pewds manages to get out of the way. Mike misses the big high-flying move there. The corkscrew. Well, not a corkscrew. It's a... I guess that would be a corkscrew body press.
8, 9, 10,
and big backdrop. Well, belly to back suplex on the outside. Pewds getting back in the ring.
14.
Mike getting up. Not going to be a count out here. Pewds managed to knock him down. He's been incredibly tenacious. There is an inverted atomic drop. Going for a pin. 1, 2. Only 2 count. Another backbreaker.
Break.
Goes for a pin. Looked like his foot must have been right there by the, just under the rope. Hits the drop kick and then the drop kick to the head. One-legged drop kick again. Pewds going and hitting for a pile driver. Going for a and hitting a pile driver. Picking him up. Mike breaks the grapple attempt, but gets knocked down. Pewds going for a pin here. 1, 2. Only 2 count. Pewds is determined to try and hit a pin here. Get a pin. Hands and knees. I'm not sure what Mike was going for there, but wasn't able to do it. Pewds flips out. Catches him. Knocks him down. Guess he's asking people where they want him to hit his move or something. Pile driver. Again. Gonna go for a pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Mike showing why he's the champ here. Pewds gets him. Gets behind. Backbreaker. Dragging him. And 1, 2, 3. And that's it. He finishes it with a backbreaker. Oh, and Pewds wants to raise the roof. And we have a new champ, folks. Pewdiepie is your new Velocity Lightweight champ. It looked like there for a while like Mike was gonna come out on top in that match, but I think he may have underestimated old Pewdiepie. He certainly seemed to have some serious respect issues for him, and he kept using one of his alternate finishers instead of his big finisher that would almost certainly have finished the match right then and there. And Pewdiepie was able to capitalize on that mistake, make a comeback, hit a second wind, and just wore him down. Sorry, my brain is having a stutter moment there. Managed to wear him down, and then through just a series of pin attempts and, just staying on top of him, managed to get that 1, 2, 3, which shows that you do not have to use some big finishing move to end a match. You just need to get the other guy hurt enough that he can't kick out, which is why we do not really focus too much on finishers being super important. A finishing move in AZW is a move that can certainly end a match, but isn't necessarily the only move that can for someone. It's just a favored move that can often send someone out. And I have no idea why I'm muttering on about all that. So, fuck it. That's the end of the match. Thanks for watching. This has been AZW. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, bye bye.